So far, Future Saga Chapter 4 has only been announced to give us one new character, with the obvious answer being this must be a new form of Ultra Instinct Goku based on what we see in the Future Saga Chapter 4 trailer. However, I want to remind you guys, Xenoverse 2 doesn't reveal all of its eggs at one go, as well as always updating the character count, usually only days before the DLC actually officially releases. But we do have a post here actually saying that there will be more DLC characters in Future Saga Chapter 4. We are going to be going over this post, and then I will let you guys know the benefits of if we actually only get one character. Yes, there are benefits to that. And I'll also let you know who the multiple characters are if we actually do receive more than one in this DLC. Hello everyone, it's me again, Steve Dojo here, back to more Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and this time we're going to talk about Future Saga Chapter 4 and how the player character count has been updated, quote unquote, because recently there was a quote unquote, again, leak that'd be getting more playable characters. But one, I want to mention that obviously nothing official has come out yet, but I do also want to mention that playable character count could just increase whenever. Again, one of the biggest reminders ever, we never ever get the full character count until the actual reveal trailer of a day before the official DLC comes out, or when the free DLC comes out. Great example is Future Saga Chapter 1. We genuinely only thought we were getting 3-4 characters, then they casually just revealed transforming DBZ Broly at the end, which was a shock to everyone. So I want to point out that we don't know the full character count yet, but Bandai Namco Dimps is so weird with Xenoverse 2, they could literally add a whole character one day before the DLC comes out. Now I'll go over the benefits of if we only get one character, which again I still don't think is actually going to happen. It would just make more sense to sell as many characters as possible, especially since this will probably be the last paid update that they put out for Xenoverse 2. Anything else they're going to put out for this game is most likely going to be free, whether it's a balance patch or it's a netcode adjustment, or if it's just a bug fix in general. Anything else that they put out for the game will most likely be free, and this will most likely be the last paid DLC. So I imagine they're going to do their best to get as many, oh, here's a new thing you can buy. They'll make the DLC price even bigger than it should be, like a whole new character, a whole new transformation, a whole new this, a whole new that. I imagine they're going to do their best to push it out as far as possible. But I'm also going to do a what if for if they only actually do one character, because one character will obviously go for a much lesser price, but maybe it could be an act of generosity to be like, hey, you're only getting one character, but in exchange for the one character, you'll get a boatload of skills with that character. You'll get a transformation for CACs. We'll put a huge patch where we adjust 150 skills again. Buffing and nerfing awoken skills, all that cool stuff, right? We even have Festival of Universes coming up too. That's also going to add to it because we'll get more festival skills as well as custom partner adjustments. So there's so much that can go into this. But for now, let's talk about the player character count update. Now, there have been posts going around in the past few days saying they've updated it. They're going to add more playable characters. But I want to point out that if you actually check PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and even Steam PC, this has not been updated to say new Future Saga Chapter 4, multiple playable characters. This is either an old image from before they changed the descriptions to only mention one singular character, or this is edited, because again, you could still fake things on the internet. I'm not saying that that's what this is, but there's a very high chance that this is obviously just incorrect information, since again, Steam usually updates the quickest, and Xenoverse being obviously a PlayStation game, a Japanese game, it's going to update on PlayStation pretty quick. So if it's not Steam, it's on PS4 or PS5, and if it's not there, then it's nowhere. So wherever this is from, most likely outdated, most likely not accurate, and it's most likely still, we're just going to have to wait for the next Future Saga Chapter 4 trailer to see if there are multiple characters, because again, it'd be really weird if there's not a different version of Fu or a final version of Fu. We know Supreme Cap Time already has an Ultra Super Villain Crystal in her chest, so you can make that a playable character, but it could only be for the cutscene. It might not actually be for gameplay, since we don't have any actual gameplay footage of this DLC yet. The only newly confirmed playable character being obviously Goku's transformation, which seems to be a version of Ultra Instinct based on the Ultra Super Villain Crystal power-up. So I think that's it. We only have one playable character so far. I don't think it'll stay like that, but I do want to talk about the benefits to if they somehow only do the one playable character. Now again, if we only do get one playable character, Bandai Namco Dimps would obviously balance this out by one, making their moveset entirely unique, kind of like Supreme Cap Time, how every single move she has is unique because she released as a solo DLC character. She has 2 unique ultimates and 4 unique super attacks. Maybe the maximum charge you could count not as a unique attack, sure, but her evasive is entirely unique. So whenever they do these one character DLCs, remember again, Supreme Cap Time is a free character, so that's completely different. But when they do one character DLCs, they have an entirely unique moveset, and Supreme Cap Time, I don't think I need to convince any of you guys, all of her skills are actually good, literally all of them are great, and the fact that she has an entirely unique set makes it even cooler. Even the unique grab is such a huge bonus on top. But on top of all of this, obviously, you know, it's a new transformation. If Goku can get access to this, we can get access to this. With a Xenoverse character, we always get access to this. And it's even more interesting because alongside all of Xenoverse's giant history, not once have we had a unique power-up that's specific to Xenoverse itself. The transformations we get always things that the other characters have, for example, Super Saiyan, God, Blue, Giant Namekian, Golden Form, etc, right? We haven't got any unique special power-ups from the Xenoverse era itself. Nothing like a Dark power-up or a superhero power-up or even a Great Saiyan Man suit from, like, you know, Super Dragon Ball Heroes. None of those, you know, special unique things. So I think this would be the, you know, major unique time to be like, hey, let's give the custom characters, let's give the player, you know, their own unique form now. And it's going to be alongside Goku because obviously we're there on the same battlefield when the mass mind control happens in the trailer and Goku resists it, and most likely we resist it too. I don't think it's just going to be Goku floats up to us and he just frees us from it. I think we'll get the power up as well. Now, the benefit of multiple characters is obviously the fact that, yay, more than one DLC character. It does mean that there's a very high chance that Ultra Superhero Goku would get less content, whether it be in terms of super attacks or skills or, you know, super souls, balancing, if we might even get a transformation if they add that many characters. But since it's the last DLC, I wouldn't be shocked if they always add the transformation regardless. I want to remind you that even for the opening for the Future Saga DLCs in general, not only did we get 5 new characters, but we got a level cap increase and Ultra Instincts, which is, again, just huge. That's a lot of content to get in one go, so it wouldn't be too crazy that they're going to end the Future Saga off also in an explosive manner, where they just add a bunch of characters that they never got the chance to add before, and then obviously on top of that, a bunch of new skills and a new transformation, because that's the way they started the Future Saga. It's pretty insane, because the Future Saga didn't even need DBS Videl and Android 18. If I recall, they don't even show up in both the story modes for Ultra Super Villain Goku Black and for Ultra Super Villain Super Saiyan God Vegeta. Also, they don't even show up for the Dragon Ball Z Broly story mode as well. I completely forgot about DBZ Broly. Also, kind of didn't need to be there. No one is against him being there. I'm being serious. No one is against him being there. But we didn't need that, considering the Future Saga is mostly about Ultra Super Villains. So it's actually really, really cool that they even did add Broly, Videl, and Android 18. Because especially Android 18 and Videl, they don't even show up in the story mode. So they could do something similarly as crazy, where they just add a bunch of characters who don't show up in the story mode just because, hey, it'd be fun, it would add more content, whatever. And if they do add one extra character that we didn't see in this trailer or any new popular character, only guess I have so far is Bergamo. Now hear me out. I know you guys are going to be like, Bergamo, Bergamo has no hype, he has no aura, no one cares about him, he's literally just a furry. I'm going to counter by saying, every single other character that was in the hero votes is now in the game. Every single one. Even Android 18. DBS Android 18 lost the hero vote, but they added her as a DLC character in Future Saga Chapter 1 anyways. So the only final character from hero vote that they've not added to the game yet is Bergamo. I'm not saying Bergamo has to get in because of that, but it's just interesting how every other character that lost managed to get in, and every character who won also got in. So now we only have one left who needs to get in, and it would be Bergamo. He would still have lots of moves as well. Bergamo would obviously have a counter attack, and he'd probably have some weird gimmick where he can like absorb damage to be stronger. Maybe a reinforcement skill that while you're like when you take damage, it could be like key drain with like Super 17. When you take damage, it actually just buffs your stats. I could see that being like exceptionally broken, especially if they give it like a buff even close to like what Supreme Fury or other reinforcement skills get. Like imagine Supreme Fury, but when you're getting hit, you just get massive buffs. I could see it being exactly like that, but I don't want to glaze Bergamo too much because again, Bergamo isn't as popular as everyone else who was on that list. There's a chance he just doesn't get in, but there's also the chance he does get in because they probably already did all the characters' data in case if they won, which is why they released 18 anyways.